Hey, my name is JR, and I was just curious, how old do the pups have to be before we can start this training?
Dogs start when they're puppies, 8 weeks old. They start training to eventually become a guide dog.
My name is Kezia Gray, and I am a puppy raising supervisor for CNIB guide dogs. We have volunteers that raise our dogs from 8 weeks until roughly 14 months old. And my job is to basically support and coach those volunteers throughout their time with the puppy.
My name is Melody, and I'm a mom of 3 fabulous children. Emily is my youngest. And this year we decided to take on a new project and become CNIB puppy raisers. So a puppy raiser is someone that takes on a puppy at 8 weeks old and raises them till they're about a year, and all the fun things that go along with it.
Hi, my name's Emily, and I'm in 5th grade, and I'm 10 years old. And this is Dexter, and he is 5 months, about 5 months old.
One of the reasons why we got involved with the CNIB, one of my cousins, she is legally blind, and she also had a guide dog. And I saw the freedom the dog gave her and how important it was to her and her daily life. And I thought to myself, you know what, someday I'm going to give back and I'm going to raise a puppy and improve somebody's life.
When my mom said that we were getting a puppy, I was pretty excited.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'd like to know what kind of training can be done with puppies.
When they're that little, they're training for basic obedience, they're training for their house training so that they don't have accidents or make messes in the house. That's a very important thing. They're also socialized with other dogs right from an early age, so there's consistent and regular playtime with other dogs. They're taken into public as a dog in training. So they're right from the time they're 8 weeks old, they're exposed to public places and people. They're given every sort of situation and environment that they might come into contact with as a guide dog.
As pups, they usually do a lot of socialization. So going here, there and everywhere, going to grocery stores, hockey games. They also do obedience training, so learning the basic obedience cues like sit and down, come and everything.
Emily is involved in volleyball, so I take her to her volleyball practices. Dexter comes with us. And lots of different bowling alleys, all kinds of different events. Emily's the one that tends to be the most engaged in the training part of it, and she'll often grab his leash and start, giving the commands.
I train Dexter, there's many. Down, come, to your bed, step. Yes, good boy. Down. Yes, good boy.
Dogs are a lot of work, huge commitment. Puppies are like having another child, and getting up in the middle of the night because they need to go and relieve themselves when they're little. And so it's been really enjoyable most of the time. I say about 90% of the time, it's fabulous. It's so much fun. It's especially when they get the cue and they understand the cue, so rewarding.
It's good and bad sometimes. Like sometimes he gets into stuff that he's not supposed to get into. A good thing is I like to take him into my room, and I have a bedroom there for him and cuddle with him.
Being a puppy raiser is a really enjoyable experience. I love having a dog in my home, and it's great training also for my other pups in the program when I get to bring her along for the training, because a lot of what the training we do with these dogs is impulse control, so learning to ignore all of the many distractions that there are in the world for puppies, including other dogs.
You can't think of his training as elementary to high school. So you start off with the little cues like down and sit and wait. And then as the puppy gets a little bit older, then you start doing a little more challenging cues and getting him out to different environments like restaurants and taking him on public transit. And then when he's all done, about 14 months, then he kind of goes off to university, which is where he'll get the more formal training.
I like to play hide and seek with Dexter also. We get him to go on his bed and we say down and then wait. And then I go hide in a room or like kind of behind a door or something. And then I say, Dexter come, and then he comes and finds me. And when he finds me, he gets lots of love.
My name is Dally, and I would like to know why guide pups wear vests for training.
So the vest basically tells the public that she is a guide dog in training. So it's identification for her, but it also indicates as well that, she's in training. Please do not interfere with her and let her sort of carry on and do her job.
Hi, my name's Grant. Am I allowed to pet your dog?
I often do get stopped when I'm out and about with Dexter in his vest, him giving the little puppy looks and doing his little puppy prance and whatnot. So I do get stopped by the public, and sometimes they'll ask, oh, he's so cute, can I pet him? And usually it's, I'm sorry, he's working. And so it's a great way to teach the community the proper etiquette, how to be around a guide dog.
Are guide dogs potty trained?
In our program, we crate train our dogs to help with their toileting and relieving, making sure that they understand that where the correct place is to go and relieve. And then at some point, once they get used to their crates, we actually phase it out, but just because we want to make sure that they are trustworthy within the home as well. One of the big things is we don't want them relieving on their walks, and we also don't want them relieving in their vest either. Because when they have their vest on, that means they're working and they should be staying focused on the task at hand, which is probably just getting from A to B pretty much.
Hi there, I'm Dylan, and I had a question about your guide dog. I was just wondering, how do you get them to only eat when you want them to?
So all of our dogs are whistle fed, which means they respond to eating their food via a whistle that's blown 3 times. This also helps with their recall, so when we want them to come to us, we can blow a whistle 3 times and they will understand that that means food and hopefully come running back to us.
Can a dog fail to become a guide dog? If so, what happens to the dog?
So we often get asked if our puppies do fail, and the answer is yes. We generally, for most guide dog schools, it is a 50% success rate.
What happens to dogs that fail out of programs, depending on the school that they're at, there is a combination of things.
There's a lot of time has gone into the dogs, and our dogs have a level of social skills, and they have a lot to offer. We look at 2 other programs that we have within our guide dog program, and one of those is our buddy dog program, where we may have a child with low vision or no vision, and we would pair them with a suitable dog, and that dog basically becomes their best friend, and it will help the child learn how to take care of a dog. When they become 16, they will be in a position then to apply for a guide dog. The other part that we do have as well is we have an ambassador program. So we will use them at certain events, for fundraising events, or just to do educational talks on guide dogs as a whole.
Some of our dogs obviously don't make it into the guide dog program or the ambassador or the buddy dog program. So those dogs would then be offered back to their puppy raisers. And if the puppy raiser can't have them back for whatever reason, then they would go out to one of the people that we have on our adoptions list.
Whatever their problem may be that causes them to fail the program, they're still very highly trained, socially adept dogs. And so there's generally a pretty long waiting list of people who want these dogs who either fail or retire as pets. And because they make an amazing pet.
First part of the question is, how much does it cost from a puppy to when the dog is ready to go with a handler? And does the handler have to pay to get a guide dog?
Typically, these dogs cost anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 to train completely. From the time they're born until the time that they are placed with a blind person, that blind person takes them home. Cost is not covered by government in Canada or the United States. It's all private donations. So all schools are non-profit schools that are entirely funded by private and corporate donations. There is no cost to the blind person that's training with the dog or that receives a guide dog. There may be a small charge for something like the harness.
So at CNIB Guide Dogs, we cover the costs for our clients throughout the life of that working guide dog. So that covers the veterinary bills, the food and the training that's needed for that dog throughout their time. We would say it's $50,000 for the life of that guide dog.
Dexter's gonna leave when he's about 14 months, and I'm probably gonna feel a bit sad but kind of happy because he's gonna change somebody's life.
Yeah, giving up the dog is always difficult, obviously. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it's kind of relatable to sending a child off to university.
It's going to be hard when we have to give Dexter up. You have to go in with it with the right mindset.
Often our volunteers will do a second puppy or a third puppy. We think we've got a puppy raiser out in Halifax that's probably done about 4 now.
After Dexter graduates, if Mom's okay with it, we'll probably have another, we're probably gonna raise another puppy.
I would definitely recommend this program for anybody who loves puppies, loves training them, and engaging with your community. This is a perfect fit.
So without our volunteers, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. It's as simple as that. So we wouldn't be able to put out guide dogs if we didn't have these volunteers helping us out and giving so much time, love and effort into raising these dogs for the first year of their lives.
I love volunteering because I know that Dexter will change somebody's life someday.